Timoteo presents The Stat Man with Buddy Martinez, a man of genius, a man of statistics, and a man of football. Here is Buddy Martinez.
Hey, I didn't know you guys were here. Hey, Timoteo. I'm glad you guys are here anyway. I'm here working on the stats. And I got some interesting things that I actually want to share with you guys. Let me kind of get it together over here. But I was actually looking here at the tackles. And this year in tackles, we actually have Dion, who it has 20 tackles, is on pace for 40 tackles this year. And this is top 5 in tackles so far. We got at number 4, we got Newt from the Redskins, who has 21 tackles and is actually on pace for 42. And then we have third, John Horgan, with 22 tackles on pace for 44. Third, we have Jose Augusto with 31 tackles, and he's on pace for 62, which is one shy of the record. Which is actually would break the record of 46. And then we have Christian Cuadro Uno Reyes with 35 tackles, and he's on pace for 70 tackles this season, which would shatter the record by Ant of 46 tackles, which he did in 2011. So we have tackles already on the verge of being broken this year. Then we have sacks. We have, in third, we have Brandon Morales with 5 this year. He's kind of on a slow start, but he's on pace for 10. Then you have Isaiah from the Vikings, who's always one of your league leaders. He has 9 sacks so far, and he's on pace for 18. And then you have Andrew Drew Money Serrano with 12 sacks so far, thanks to Leroy. And he's on pace for 24 sacks, which will break Brandon Morales' record in 2010 of 22 sacks. All right, now let's look at interceptions. Interceptions, you have White Boy and Frank with 4 NOs so far, and they're on pace for 8. Then you have George, Edwin, and Jay and Michael from the Redskins, all with 5 interceptions. And they're all on pace to tie the record of 10 by Shane Dixon. So if any of these guys are to pick it up just a little bit, we might have all statistical categories broken on defense. All right, and now let's look at our offense. Offense, we got receptions. We got our top 5. We got Bolden with 23 receptions. He's on pace for 46 so far this year. Then you got Brandon Morales, who has 26 receptions this year, on pace for 52. Then you got Jose, who's not only doing it on defense, but on offense too. He has 29 receptions. He's on pace for 58. Then you have David Garcia, the record holder, who has 29 so far and on pace for 58. And then you have, out of nowhere, Demetrius Green with 37 receptions, leading the league, and he is on pace for 74, which will eclipse David Garcia's record from last year of 63. So, David, if you want to hold that record, it looks like you're going to have to catch some more passes. All right, now let's look at touchdown passes. We got our top 5 quarterbacks this year. You got Leroy with 15, who's on pace for 30, which is like his average. Then you got Luis Whiteboy Garcia, who has 16 on pace for 32 touchdowns. All right. Then you have Ben from the Cardinals, who can't stay in the game long enough because they're blowing everyone out, who has 19 touchdowns, and he's on pace for 38 this year. All right. Then you have Eric Lopez, who's been playing out of his mind this year. He has 20 touchdowns so far, on pace for 40 touchdown passes this year. And he's not even number 1. Number 1, you got from the 49ers, Mike Medina, who's been chasing this record. This is his dream to break this passing record. And he has 21 touchdowns so far. And he has 40. He's on pace for 42, which will break the touchdown pass record of Hector, Bryant, and Demetrius. He would own it by himself and maybe even get a spot into the Hall of Fame. Now let's look at touchdowns this year. All right, our top 3 getters in touchdowns, we got JR with 7 touchdowns, and he's on pace for 14. Then you got Demetrius from the Broncos, who has 9 touchdowns, and he's on pace for 18, and so is Quentin. These guys are playing at a phenomenal pace. The record for touchdown held by Jacob is 17 touchdowns. All right, 17 touchdowns, and these guys are on pace for 18. When Jacob broke that record, we thought no one else would be able to eclipse that record, and we got guys that are just continuing to compete. So Quentin and Demetrius, keep it up, guys. You guys can break the record this year, and it looks like every record might get broken this year. And the guys this year are just playing at a whole nother level. Each year, Timoteo, you guys are just getting better and better. But there goes your stats and your record watch for this year for individual seasons. Now you guys are going to have to get out, guys, all right? I'm a little tired here. I'm going to sleep. No more emails, all right, about stats and stuff like that. Tell them to get it right the first time. All right, guys, take it easy. Time to leave. Get out!